Welcome to another weekly wrap up
with Preezy and Topher.
Yeah, guys, what up? Y'all hear them frogs in the background? They croaking. That's the word for it.
It's even louder if you're outside. I guess it would be pretty soothing when you try to fall asleep, but maybe pretty annoying as well.
I like them. I don't hate them. I enjoy them.
Nice.
Nature. Yeah, I don't like bugs. Fuck bugs.
Yeah, man.
Summertime. I went to July 4th parties today.
Oh, they were outside, right?
They were outside, and bugs attacked me.
Bugs everywhere. Can't get away from those mosquitoes.
And then they get the food too.
Yeah, dude, they get in the food.
Nobody invited them.
And it's like you don't feel mosquitoes when they're biting you, but then a few seconds later you got that bump coming up.
Yeah, like, you just scratching your ass off.
When did that happen?
Yeah, they say rubbing deodorant on it helps, but I never tried that.
Really, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah,
I've heard rubbing lotion beforehand will deter it. What are you gonna do? It's nature.
Shout out to Sundrop for this cherry lime soda, and shout out to my roommate for having it. It's delicious. It's like red. I don't know. Have you had Sundrop?
I have had Sundrop. It's solid.
Sundrop's dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is cherry lime Sundrop.
Okay.
So it's like Sundrop with already citrus flavor with a hint of cherry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it tastes somewhat like cheerwine.
A lighter cheerwine, yeah.
Okay.
Tastes like a lighter cheerwine. Oh, what happened this week?
Let's see here.
Oh. Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, I guess we'll start off on a somewhat depressing note. Get all the sad stuff out of the way. But Elie Wiesel, he passed away. Rest in peace. He died at 87. For those of you who aren't familiar with him, you may have read his book in your one of your high school English classes. I know I did in my 10th grade English class. Shout out to you, Mr. Merowitz. Had a lot of great English teachers, by the way. Stuart Ringwald, Mark Meacham, all great English teachers. Williams High School, 2012. What's up? But yeah, getting back to Elie Wiesel, his book Night. I read that in my 10th grade English class. It's basically he's a Holocaust survivor, so he kind of wrote about the Holocaust, and it was from maybe like one boy's perspective. So it definitely personalizes the Holocaust to a lot of people, and it's kind of hard for people in our generation to relate to something that was decades ago, almost a century ago. So definitely humanizes the situation, and we hear all the statistics all the time. Things like 6 million Jews dying. One of the worst wars in Europe in the 20th centuries. The worst war in Europe in the 20th century. But yeah. So yeah, it's just puts it on a more personal level. So that's something that I feel like he did kind of brought light to the atrocities during the Holocaust. So yeah, rest in peace. It's definitely important. It is really sad when you read the book, but it's important to kind of know that things like that happen.
I think he's a Nobel Peace Prize, right? Winner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to read The Night in high school too, I think. Shout out to my English teachers, Miss Bishop and Miss Burrows and Miss Wagers. I don't remember Miss Chapman too from senior year. I don't know. There's a lot of people that try to teach me.
Yeah.
I threw everything out the window.
I didn't really enjoy English until high school, so had to do a lot with my teachers. So.
But The Night was a crucial read.
Yeah. It was depressing, but it was definitely engaging.
Yeah. And, yeah, rest in peace, Eli?
It's Elie.
Rest in peace, Elie.
Elie Wiesel.
I know how to spell it. I just don't know how to pronounce it. So
yeah.
Don't judge me too hard, people.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
We actually had to watch a video to see how it was pronounced earlier. But it's kind of a difficult name to pronounce.
And then in some lighter news, we saw our boy Tracy Lamont perform on Saturday night with Convo the Mutant. It was a great show. We got really hyped, entertained. And then the Materials, Jay Rowdy in the Night Shift, and Real Thought came through and gave us some real local, delicious hip-hop. That was nice to the ears.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was a great concert. I would say Tracy and Convo the Mutant had some great chemistry. I'm not exactly sure if Tracy is a part of UNC Cypher, but I know Convo the Mutant, I've seen him in the pit a few times. If I'm not mistaken, they usually perform in the pit on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. During the semester, so you should really come out to the Cypher. It's really hype. People just dropping rhymes off their dome. It's pretty impressive.
Bars for days.
Yeah.
I got bars for days too, but I can't remember any right now. I don't know. One day we'll just rhyme the podcast. We'll just have it all set up and rhyme.
I like to rhyme all the time.
Just stay on my grind and shine while I sip fine wine. Oh,
hey, get that money.
Bars. Then Jesse Williams speaking of bars, I guess BET speech.
Yes, that was a
Jesse
great
Williams
speech.
had a great speech.
Yeah, he won Humanitarian of the Year award, and so Jesse Williams, I've never actually watched Grey's Anatomy before. I know a lot of people know Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, he gave a speech at the BET Awards last Monday, and he just kind of talked about how black people still are not equal to white people. He talked about a lot of the police, police shootings of black people. He mentioned Sandra Bland and a few other names, but yeah, he came off as very poised and he came off as very confident. So yeah, I think the speech got a lot of publicity and a lot of people heard about it. One thing I thought was interesting was there's a discussion on Twitter as to whether the fact that Jesse Williams was a light-skinned black person was why people were so responsive and people appreciated the speech. And if he was someone who was more dark-skinned, he probably would not have gotten more attention. So I thought that was a great conversation to bring up. I feel like that is kind of like something subliminal that we think about all the time.
Dark skin versus light skin.
Yeah. I mean, you may not know what you're. Just you may be making assumptions.
Well, that's a problem for every culture. I feel like it's a problem for every culture. We got Fair and Lovely for Indians.
Exactly,
yeah.
Dude. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
No one likes a dark ass Indian.
Right.
At least that's what our parents told us growing up.
In India, there's a negative connotation for being dark skinned. Light skinned people are perceived as more beautiful in general. So that's kind of sucks to be honest. Preezy mentioned Fair and Lovely. That's like a product, like a skin care product in India, and it's supposed to make you look more fair skinned. So yeah, it's pretty ingrained in Indian culture.
And then there was an article on Rap Genius a while back where it talked about Wale and J. Cole. There's a dichotomy between them, and now Wale is struggling. Wale struggles to have the notoriety that J. Cole does, but there's this predisposition towards J. Cole because he's light skinned. That he's just already a softer guy. He's nicer. He's more approachable. Things like that. And when they see Wale, they see a rough black man who's a dark black man. That's why Wale is just not as out there.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. And yeah, you mentioned that Wale has similar content to J. Cole.
Yeah,
when it comes to music,
I'd say so. It's all introspective. Not lighthearted. He has it's same stuff J. Cole caters to women. Wale has songs for girls that are really empowering and stuff.
Okay.
And then he's been doing this for a while too, so it's not a recent thing. It's Wale's had the same content and lyricism to deliver for the longest time, but he's a dark dude. So I think that there's a lot of things that come into play, but there's that's one of the things where people think since he's dark, he's not getting the same shine.
And to be honest, I haven't heard any of Wale's music before, and I hear J. Cole all the time. I hear him on the radio.
Well, we live in North Carolina, so they play J. Cole a lot too.
Okay, yeah, that definitely plays a part in it.
But I mean, Wale's close to here, and I remember he came to UNC for a homecoming one time, and people were just we don't want Wale. Wale sucks. I was like, Wale's really good. He's a great songwriter. He's a good rapper. I enjoy him. His songs can get me through a day sometimes. I don't know. No complaints about Wale. People gonna hate. People just need. I don't know. People need things to hate, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I don't get why dark things have to be hated more. Darker people. I don't know. People. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a whole connotation in religion as well. The whole idea that light is good and dark is bad.
Yeah.
At least in Christianity.
I don't know. White's not always right, people.
Yeah.
And then Boris Johnson. Do you want to talk about Boris Johnson?
Yeah, so Boris Johnson, he was one of the leaders in the Conservative Party in Britain, and he was expected after the Brexit vote, since he was on the Leave campaign and he, fought for Britain to leave the European Union. He was expected to step up as a prime minister when David Cameron resigned. He's been someone who's been claiming that he wants to be prime minister and has been like fighting for it, and people thought that he would eventually take the role, and they thought this would be the time. But he made a speech on Thursday saying that he actually does not want to become prime minister. So that shocked a lot of people in Britain. But yeah, also Farage, who is the leader of the British Independent Party, during negotiations this week at the European Union. During negotiations of the European Union that happened in Brussels, which is the capital of the European Union, Nigel Farage, he was saying that he was just saying some really, he was just really rustling a lot of feathers at the EU, which is, I feel like, is not smart. I mean, he was part of the Leave campaign. He wanted them to leave, and now should be the time where he should be working with members of the EU to get a favorable deal for his country. But there's a lot of talk that EU members will be harsh on Britain right now because they need to use Britain as an example. Be harsh with Britain, and other countries won't want to leave the European Union because they won't want to face the same kind of conditions that that Britain faced. So that's something that is a possibility. And Nigel Farage, I feel like, is just really making that more of a possibility for his country.
Sounds like Trump.
Yeah, he's part of the British Independence Party, and they are, they're very like anti-immigrant, anti-European Union. They've been doing a lot of anti-immigrant propaganda to kind of get the vote for leaving the EU. So, unfortunately, it was successful.
I don't have much input on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I feel like I did not even know that the vote was happening until like a few days before. But then when it happened, everybody was like, "What is going on? What is the world coming to?"
For me, it's like since Britain's already had its own currency and stuff, I just don't see the reason to care.
Right, yeah, and that's a lot of people were thinking that if there were any country to leave, it would be Britain because they have their own currency.
Yeah. There's no reason for them to stay. I don't know. There is no real. It's just a bunch of paper that says we're together as this one union, and it's all like politics, and there's politics on every level. But this is a global level, and
But I mean, I feel like at the same time, even if just like the fact that they're leaving and everybody knows they're leaving, promotes this type of Euroscepticism and like this ideology that people like European countries should kind of do their own thing and not work together.
So it messes up for the landlocked countries or like the smaller countries that don't have as much power.
Exactly. Yeah, those countries definitely want to be members of the EU so they could kind of, get some money from larger countries.
Right, but since this happened, France and Germany and Spain are like, hey, we don't need to do this.
Those bigger countries are like, why should we be putting money, why should we be providing our tax money to support the EU?
Because France already had francs and stuff like before. They had their own currency.
Yeah, they had francs.
It seems like currency's a big issue with being your own country. So money talks, I guess.
Yeah.
It all in more than one way. But I don't know. We're not there. I don't think it's our problem. America still rules everything.
Yeah, I mean, America's still on top. I heard, since a British pound is going down in value, it would probably be a very good time to travel to Britain. Can get things for a lot cheaper there, so that's a plus.
Oh, speaking of Britain, Designer had a mixtape drop this week called New English.
Oh, nice.
And it
like
sucks.
That tie-in there.
Yeah, right? I know that tie-in shit, people.
New English.
New English, yeah. That New English. Like that Brexit got that English stuff. I don't know. Anyways, the mixtape sucked. People hated it. I don't know why. I listened to it because I thought Designer would be good. But I got lied to. Everybody told me Designer is the next hot thing. And
After Panda, yeah.
yeah, man,
that
Panda was so
hype.
dope. And then this happened, and it was just not dope.
Panda.
I got bras in Atlanta. Yeah, and then it's like even industry vets were hyping him up. Like in interviews I would read, they would make it sound like Designer has more things than Panda. More they made it sound like he was his own artist with his own stuff. But listening to the mixtape, it just sounds like Future.
It sounds like Future.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I love Future, so I think that's why it hurts me the most. I don't want to bite off of Future.
Right.
And I like Young Thug
but to a certain extent, doesn't like one artist sound like another artist
all the time.
all the time? Yeah.
I suppose. But no, yeah. But this is you can't just straight up copycat someone and have a career built on it.
Okay, I haven't heard of the mixtape, so I can't say.
I don't recommend
sure.
it. That's all I have. I just for people that want to feel somewhat relevant with hip hop, the guy that made the Panda song has a mixtape out. So if you want to go listen to it, it's called New English by Designer with 2 eyes. But segueing from Designer, Gucci Mane, I think he's got a video coming. He might have dropped it. I don't know. Haven't been on YouTube in a minute. But Gucci Mane Snapchat, I've been following. He had some stuff going on.
He was recording a music video.
He had this wall of all the raps he wrote in prison.
Oh snap!
Yeah, it was just like a
That's
wall of
pretty
paper.
badass.
Yeah, dude. I was like, damn, how you do that? But
I feel like somebody would have tore that shit up in prison. Got aggressive as fuck. Maybe I'm just making stereotypes about prisoners.
I feel like he probably had his own place, so you have to worry about scary people. Maybe.
He got the money to have his own
No,
stuff.
maybe he. I guess since they know he's a celebrity, you have to keep him like in a high security or something. I don't know. I don't really know his prison details. I'm just happy he's out.
Yeah, apparently he's been doing work, right? He's been like shooting a lot of music videos with. He had one with Kanye, or he was shooting a song with Kanye.
Yeah, he did a lot of songs recently. He had. We talked about this last time, but he had that song with Kanye called "Champions" with a bunch of people on it. 2 Chainz, Yo Gotti, Kanye, of course, Migos, or some of the people from Migos. Maybe just one person from Migos. Designers on it, and Travis Scott. And then he had this song called "All My Children," which is great. And then First Day Out the Feds. And he's got an album coming out July 22nd, which I'm looking forward to.
Nice.
And some more rap news. 2 Chainz was on Stephen Colbert talking about CEO millionaires,
Right.
just promoting people to be entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I think he brought out a shirt. He was wearing a shirt that said CEO millionaire, and then gave one to Stephen Colbert. But yeah, he's like selling that shirt. And yeah, the whole idea of promoting entrepreneurial spirit.
Gotta get that paper
Right. Yeah.
legally.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if he's making money off of it, and the people that are wearing his shirt
Or
feel
inspired
baller,
to get money, yeah.
right? Then, props to him.
Life's not about being rich people. Life's about doing the least amount of work possible, enjoying it. Or
Work
like
smart, not hard.
Yeah, work smart, not hard. Your parents didn't sacrifice things for no reason. Just don't work at all. I don't know. You can like make it.
Enjoy
Don't
your
stress
life.
too much. Yeah. Why y'all stress so much? Y'all stress so much and then stress me out.
Live life, people.
And then I feel like I'm stressed for no reason because I
Live
am.
my life.
Yeah.
Gotta-
If you just want to flip burgers all day and you can pay rent and utilities, flip burgers all day.
Hey man, you're doing you.
Yeah.
At least you're not hurting anybody.
We got some sports talk. Germany beat Italy.
Right, and
France beat
soccer
Iceland. So who's playing who now? Looks like Portugal and Wales play on Wednesday, and then Germany plays France on Thursday.
game. Okay.
Y'all should go watch that game at IP3 if you're in Chapel. Well, we should go watch that game at IP3. Get some beer and some pizza.
I'm down for that. You
Yeah.
guys should join.
I plug in these businesses because I care about them, not because they pay me.
Yeah, IP3 is awesome.
IP3 is the shit. This is the best pizza in Chapel Hill.
Right next to Al's Burger Shack, best burger in Chapel Hill.
If y'all listen to this, tell us your favorite pizza place in case you're not in Chapel Hill, so
Yeah.
we might can go visit it.
Let us know your favorite spots to eat in Chapel Hill. I'm been here for 4 years, but there's still a few places I haven't tried out, so always down to try some good local food.
Yeah, leave some comments. We can go travel to North Carolina.
That's
We
what
got
I'm
nothing
talking
else to do.
about.
We're degenerates. Look at us. We're doing a podcast on a
It's
Monday
the summer
night.
breezy. We gotta enjoy it.
Yeah, look at us. We're degenerates. We're doing a fucking podcast. We could be doing tons of. I could be doing laundry instead of this podcast. But no,
We could also be, just messing around, shooting fireworks, chugging beers, typical 4th of July celebration.
right.
So,
Which, not that we haven't done that already. It's just we don't
Yeah.
record that and then post it on the internet for people to see, because we don't think we're entertaining. I'm bored of myself. I'm just kidding. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about myself. I got my own psychological issues to work out up there.
it depends on the day. It's
Right.
like some days I'm like, oh yeah,
I'm the man.
Chris is great.
Chris is great. Yeah.
Other days it's like, oh Chris, you're a piece of shit human being. Go die.
Yeah. I love how I'm my best motivator and my most like demotivator.
Yep. Up and down, up and down.
More sports talk. Bryce Johnson. It's going to be a Clipper. I'm going to play with Chris Paul and them.
Yeah.
And then Marcus Page going to the Utah Jazz. Shout out to my UNC homies
Right.
doing UNC things.
Shout out to this last UNC basketball team this last season. #1 regular season. Got ACC championship. Made it to the NCAA finals. Just wrecked it, man. Just killed it.
Making us proud.
Proud of you guys. Keep it up.
Oh, and then our women's soccer team. I think they did well. I don't remember. I know our lax teams won titles this year.
Oh yes,
Both men's and women's.
right, the lacrosse teams.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man.
That was a while back. We probably should have bunched them a while back, but we didn't.
Respect to all the UNC sports teams that do work and don't get as much recognition as football and basketball. And to be honest, can't even point out any details because I'm part of the system that only pays attention to basketball. But
Yeah, respect all the college athletes.
It's hard. That's hard.
Right. Plus, I don't think
Impressive.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Oh no!
I need like 10 hours of sleep, and then I don't like going to class.
Dude, I need to rest. I go to the classes that are after 10 a.m.
Yeah. People don't realize how much work they have to do to have that title of athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lazy. I know I'm an average human being. I know like most of us are lazy. We don't do anything.
It's a hard work ethic. They have to manage classes and probably 20 plus hours of practice and training every week. So.
And then we watched Zootopia. We can talk about that.
Yeah, that was a solid movie.
Great movie, great film, great animation.
Yeah, it's great animation. Something that was great for kids and adults, I would say. It was good because they like tied in a lot of stuff from society today. They had like cell phones. They had animals that were dressed up in regular clothes and stuff. So these animals were basically like humans, except they're different animals.
Yeah, but these animals have prejudices still. Like people don't like foxes
Right.
for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, the main character had like a thing against foxes, or her family did. Her family told her to carry some fox spray and some fox repellent. Be on your guard when
It's really
around
weird.
foxes.
There was prejudice undertones in there for sure. I don't know if they're supposed to parallel race or just types of people, but whatever.
Maybe like race, religion, and
you're right. It was just kind of real. It was unusually real for a kids movie.
Right.
Pets is coming out. Talking about animal movies that are animated. Pets.
I'm down to watch that.
Kevin Hart's gonna be in it.
He's gonna be a squirrel.
Yeah. Finding Dory. If y'all haven't seen that, probably need to relive your youth.
It's a great film.
I haven't seen it yet.
Really cool to watch in theaters.
I'll watch it one day.
Do it.
Some random stuff. I bought a green blazer this week. It was fly. It's Masters Green. The guy that sold it to me on eBay called it Masters Green.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good way. That's a good strategy to sell green blazers.
I'd call it Masters Green, probably. Yeah. I don't dress up enough. Maybe I'm like supposed to be an adult, but I dress like a 12-year-old. Like I dress fly. I know I dress fly, but I don't dress.
It's not your typical business casual
Yeah, man.
attire.
I don't like wearing button downs.
It's boring, dude.
Yeah.
You do you, Preezy. If you don't have to, like you're not in a job where it's required, then I don't see why you would.
Yeah. But people dig that, don't they? People like people in professional outfits.
I guess if you're in a professional setting, if you're just trying to if you're just trying to relax and have a good time, man, just I say whatever makes me comfortable is what I like wearing. Whatever I feel comfortable in.
True. Comfort is key. Comfort's the key to success.
Yeah.
Did you buy anything cool this week?
Not anything I could think of at the moment.
Nothing you want to brag about at all? Any accomplishments?
Yeah, it's been a pretty mild week for me.
You went to my show on Thursday night.
Oh yes, that was really fun. So yeah, Preezy had his first comedy performance at DSI. So that was really good. He's been taking a intro comedy class for the last few weeks. So yeah, that was a really good time. Went with my roomie Lawrence. Yeah, had a few drinks before. It was really good.
I was funny, but I went too fast, so I'm gonna try to do it again. I'm gonna do the show again, or the set I made. I'm gonna perform it again at Local 506 on July 11th. So probably be posting on my social medias to come check me out. I hope I do it. I might flake. I don't know. I'll flake on a lot of things. I want to do it again. Do it again. Yeah, I want to do it again. Just get more practice in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing you could really lose.
Yeah, I have everything to gain. I don't know. Life's a...
Oh, wear the green blazer when you do
Oh,
it.
wear the green blazer?
That'd be dope.
That'd be fly. Some short shorts.
Yeah, those America shorts.
Some semi-irrelevant information. Who doesn't like Drake and Rihanna musically, right? Well, they're dating now. Apparently they're dating again. I didn't know they dated at one point. I knew they had a thing going on, but I didn't know they call it dating. I don't understand dating. Girls, if y'all want to holler at me, explain how dating works in this modern day and age, please do. Because I don't get it. Makes no sense. Seems like everybody's being a fuckface. Not really.
Sometimes trying to just go into the mind of a woman and figure out what's going on. It's like, oh my god.
Look, I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s, and I watched sitcoms that showed me people take people out on dates. That doesn't happen anymore. I don't understand. It seems like I don't have to do anything to get what I want if I just post up at a bar and give you, I don't know. It seems like if I have a 6-pack and I say compliments, I'm good. But I don't have a 6-pack. I don't know what to do. I just
I feel like I'll see a girl and be like, wow, I'd love to take her on a date or something like that, but I can't just go up there without building some type of relationship beforehand.
I mean, we should be building up rapport in that initial interaction, but it's so hard to break the ice, yo.
True, yeah. Sometimes I just want to be direct.
I'm not suave. Look at me. I'm not suave. I'm just a decent human being.
I feel like there's a game, the whole dating game, the whole flirting thing that I'm just terrible at, that girls love to play, and yeah.
I hope I figure it out before.
Me and you both, bro.
I don't know. Gotta figure it out one day. I just don't want my mom to have to arrange marriage me.
Oh God. No.
Right.
My cousin
or Shadi.com.
have done it. Yeah, no, it's like an online dating website for Indians.
And I know we're ethnically ambiguous, or at least I am, but we're Indian as hell. So at least at home, I mean, here we're us, but we have our own issues culturally that we have to deal with.
Yeah, I mean,
and marriage is one of them.
Once I start getting into my late 20s, 20 and 29, if I don't have a solid girlfriend or something like that, I know my parents are going to be suggesting going creating an online dating profile where I could find some Indian person I've never met before.
A quote unquote good Indian girl too.
Good Indian girl,
which, I don't think good females exist on whatever I don't know what the preconceived notion of good is anymore either.
Well, I know for our parents, I know what it would be. It'd be somebody who has a good job.
Yeah.
Earns a decent amount of money. Somebody who can make all the traditional Indian curries. Can clean well. Who's friendly with all the family. That would be the ideal.
But how does that translate to them as a person?
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't know. They could all just be horrible people.
Yeah, they really could. Somebody you have to spend your life with and have your children with, but
on paper
really
they look
superficial.
Good.
Yeah.
I've met cool heroin. I've met former heroin addicts that are cooler than the functional people what we perceive as functional human beings that have like a day job and stuff. I don't know. I don't get people. I don't get the world.
Right.
I don't get these preconceived notions of humanity or these individuals.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes society puts so much pressure on us to be successful that, you know, we kind of lose ourselves in that process, or just kind of stop being human. Or I guess I'm trying to say, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
That's cool. I get you.
Yeah, you know.
We're just trying to. All I know is we're just trying to figure it out, but we're really confused and we don't know what to do.
True.
And it's overwhelming. And if anyone wants to help us out, please do.
So many factors to take into consideration.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's one thing after another. After you find a good job, you have to like do this.
Right.
After you like graduate, you have to do this. I don't want to do anything. Let me take my time. We're all gonna die. Not to get dark, but it's true.
You gotta live life.
Yeah.
It's all about the journey, not the destination.
But I think that's all we have for this week. This week was chill. You know, happy 4th of July. For who, you know, America. Fuck yeah.
America.
America, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Independence Day.
Lights, fireworks.
We'll come back next week. Oh, plug in that social media.
Oh, yes.
Go follow me on Snapchat and Twitter. Snapchat is Preezus NC, so PreezeusNC, and then my Twitter is PreezyNC, so PreezyNC, Preezus NC for Snapchat, Preezy NC for Twitter. That's where I be at. I'll get an Instagram eventually. Chris will too.
Right, yeah. So don't need to follow my Twitter as of now because I rarely use it.
Use your Twitter. Plug your Twitter in.
I'm gonna use it more. I'm gonna start using it more. But for now, follow me on Snapchat CXavier6, and follow our pages on Facebook and SoundCloud and YouTube. Weekly wrap up with Preezy and Topher. Follow us on Twitter. Our page posts on Twitter, so follow us on Twitter, Preezy and Topher. Yeah, guys.
Yeah, so we completely forgot about this crucial element of news that we feel obligated to share. Kevin Durant's leaving OKC to go play with the Warriors. I think it's going to be a shit show for the NBA. Got
Yeah.
the Warriors are stacked now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, Kevin Durant is great, and like, I feel like as an individual, he should be able to, he's entitled to sign with whoever he feels like would be best for him as an individual person. He doesn't owe anything to like Oklahoma City fans to stay with them. I don't think.
Yeah. I love you sports fans that act like these individuals really affect your lives like that.
Yeah.
Not to say I'm not a sports fan when I have to. I just don't care that much. I don't let another individual's actions affect me too much. Like, if I can't control Kevin Durant. Like,
right, and like they put him on like a pedestal sort of thing. Like he's some type of god or some type of like ultimate figure.
He bleeds too.
Exactly. So he's got to do what's best for him.
He's got to get that paper, guys.
Yep.
Y'all need to respect that hustle. And if y'all can't, I don't know, just quit watching fucking sports. Like, everything on sports is gonna make you angry. Quit watching sports. Listen to our podcast.
There are other people on OKC.
Watch a documentary.
Rally around them.
Yeah, or listen to our podcast. Just like, just quit sports and just dedicate yourselves to our podcast.
Current events. Keep you updated.
And random rap talk.
Yeah, but
shouts to Kevin Durant. I like Kevin Durant. I've never like seen him go off.
He seems like he seems like a pretty nice guy.
He doesn't seem crazy.
But yeah, on your earlier point, the Golden State Warriors are going to be stacked now, and like NBA is going to be. I feel like I've seen a few really good teams on the NBA right now.
Yeah. All right, for real though, we're done now. That was the last topic. We forgot to squeeze that in.
We are actually finished.
Yeah. That was the weekly wrap up with Preezy and Topher Finito, episode 4, guys.
Episode 3.
What?
We're gonna throw episode 4 at you pretty soon though.
Yeah, episode 4 comes soon.
Coming up.
This is episode 3 though. It was great. 3 weeks in, man. 3 weeks in.
Going strong.